Hello everyone, ColeManX here. You know, there's nothing quite like an obscure character with a really solid design. Characters like Burkana, Mac, or today's subject, Bit. Also known as
rryyyy, FF.
Bit and his partner in crime Byte were dubbed the Nightmare Police in Mega Man X3. The Nightmare Police will ambush X at some point during the 8 Maverick stages, where you can either destroy them with their weakness, or beat them without their weakness, allowing them to escape. If they do happen to escape from X, Bit and Byte are seen again in Doppler Stage 1, where they combine into the absurdly cool, and even more absurdly named, Godcar Machine O Inari. Bit has an incredibly strong design, his color scheme being mostly yellow complemented by blue accents, the fireball nipples, the cool hairstyle, those wicked toe attackers, that giant shield, and just that overall X3 design aesthetic that I just adore. Bandai must have also really liked this design because Bit is one of only 3 Mavericks to be added to their popular Mega Armor model kit series back in the 90s, alongside Vile Mark II and Ix. But there's just one thing about this design that needs discussing, and by now you've seen the video title, so you know where this is going. What's the deal with that shield? Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the shield. But if we look back to the battle with Bit in X3, the shield is nowhere to be found. So the real question is, why do we see the shield here, but not here? Now you may be thinking that Bit's shield is just something used for art and nothing else, just a cool accessory for the artwork. So what if it's not in X3, what's the big deal? Well, normally, I'd probably agree with you, but a few years after the release of Mega Man X3, we were given this image. During the intro to Mega Man X5, we see flashbacks for both X and Zero from the previous 4 games. In Zero's X3 segment, we see him fighting Bit, who is wielding his ever-elusive shield. There's actually a lot to unpack here. If we take this image at face value, we see that Zero fought Bit. That's incredible! While the player never gets to experience that fight, it's easy to assume that it happened early in the X3 story. When you're not playing as Zero, he has to be doing something, right?
Mamma mia.
I mean, in X1, Zero's doing recon while X is taking down the 8 Mavericks, so it stands to reason that Zero isn't just warming the bench in X3 until you decide to press the R button to switch to him. We actually see in the more direct translation that Zero stays behind to help with HQ repairs. With those points in mind, it's easy to believe that Zero ran into Bit at some point during the adventure before Bit found X. Perhaps Bit started by going straight to the Maverick Hunter HQ in search of X, only to find and fight Zero instead. And if we go back to the Japanese version of the game, Bit even mentions killing several Reploids for Doppler, so it's possible Zero found him during one of those raids. And if we look at the picture again, Bit has his shield. This gives us every reason to believe that Zero fought Bit, who had his shield, at some point in the game's lore. I know there's a lot of assuming going on here, so let's look a bit deeper for the true answer by stepping even further into the future. In Mega Man 02, Zero encounters Phoenix Magnian. During the fight, Magnian has the ability to summon specters from Zero's past. Among these apparitions, we see Bit, with his shield. All the puzzle pieces are there, we just have to put them together. We see from 2 sources, X5 and 02, that Zero and Bit have encountered one another in the past. Both times, we see that Bit had his shield when he encountered Zero, but not when he fought X. So my conclusion is that Zero destroyed Bit's shield in their altercation. Either that, or Bit learned that his heavy shield slowed him down too much, so he just got rid of it in favor of the beam saber that we see in game. This is somewhat backed up by MegaManX Dive in Bit's boss description, stating that he cannot fully utilize his incredible speed with his heavy shield. So, either way, Bit's encounter with Zero made him ditch the shield. Now that we probably know where his shield went, let's talk about the shield itself. The design of the shield seems to be based on the Dotaku, a Japanese bell made from highly decorated bronze. These bells were also the inspiration for the Pokemon Bronzong. As for the shield itself, we can see that despite the enormous weight, Bit can hold it in one hand. When not in use, Bit can hold the shield on his back as seen in the Mega Armor figure, as well as in MegaManX Dive with Bit's alternate boss fight. We also see here that the shield can be folded into a more compact form factor, perfect for the Nightmare Police on the go. In the oldest available prototypes of Rockman X3, we can see that Bit still didn't have his shield, so it seems that he was never meant to fight using his shield in-game. Was it just put in the art because it looked cool? Probably. Was it just there to give the Mega Armor kit a cool accessory? Yeah, probably. Even if that's the case, I'm glad X5 and 02 gave the shield a bit of an implied story. That kind of stuff is really neat and goes a long way with making the lore just more fun as far as I'm concerned. Between Bit and Vile, unused shields really are a running theme of X3, huh? Before we go, let's end on a fun fact. Bit's shield actually does appear in Mega Man X3. That's right, I've lied to you all. Kinda. We can see Bit holding his shield in the opening of the 32-bit versions of the game. It shows up in the ending cutscene too. That has to count for something, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this dive into the mysterious case of Bit's shield, and I hope you all learned something.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Spring Queen for the art, SilBee for the script help, Rockman HQ for the Mega Armor pictures, and Richie T for the voice cameo. And, of course, a big thanks to our channel members: SilBee, Asterisk, Droopy, Dornor, Spring Queen, Masterman, Catfry, Van Jackson, Fusion Catalyst, Darkness, my friend, Cranky Bones Gaming, 17 Master, Zardafran TK, Damian Garcia, Rockmail, Destoroya, Kara Depek, Mike Hall, Neeps, and the rest of our supporters. Another year is behind us, but there's still plenty to come in the next one. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a happy holiday. See you soon in the next video.